What's up, Geeksters? It's me, Omar, from geeksterlabs.com, and this video is brought to you by Cell Cashier, and they compare iPhone prices to get you top dollar for your used iPhone. So if you'd like to sell your iPhone, check out the link in the description below. So guys, today I have my full review of the Apple AirPods, and so we're going to get into three specific aspects of this pair of earbuds here. So we're going to talk about the build quality, we're going to talk about the comfort/fit, and then we're going to talk about the sound quality. So let's get into it. Alright, so first let's talk about build quality. Now when it comes to build quality, the Apple AirPods have something that they look very similar to what you probably already come to expect with the Apple EarPods. It's the same glossy plastic type of finish that are included with the EarPods. The case that's included with it, the charging case, that's also really nice, polished, glossy white case. And the thing about the white and the glossy is that eventually it's going to get scratched up, and it's probably not going to look as good as it did when you first got it, unless you're really babying it and take really good care of it. But if you put it on hard surfaces and slide it around and put it in your bag, it's definitely going to get scratched up, and so that really nice finish is probably going to go away eventually. But when it comes to like actually holding up and being durable, they both feel very solid. They don't feel like they're going to break on you very easily. Just like the Apple EarPods, I feel like I could always just throw those in a bag and I wouldn't have to deal with them getting banged up or messed up. I kind of feel the same way about the AirPods. The AirPods seem like they're very durable, like they would hold up really well. They're super lightweight. They barely weigh anything more than the EarPods, and those have wires attached to them. But they're very lightweight, so they're not like heavy little pieces that where you think if you were to be rough with them that they could definitely break or start getting messed up. So when it comes to durability, I definitely think it's a good plus that they do have the included case with them, because you can also put the AirPods in the case and they're protected, so you don't have to worry about them getting banged up or messed up in your bag. And then the only thing you have to really worry about as far as the case is just having to get scratched up. But as far as it holding up really well, it feels very solid. It doesn't feel like it's like there's any kind of play in it, or like you could squeeze it harder or anything like that. It feels like a very solidly, completely carved out of a solid piece of plastic type of case. So when it comes to build quality, I think they did a really good job with this pair of earbuds. Alright guys, so now let's talk about the comfort and fit. Now, when it comes to comfort and fit, I'm actually a big fan of the Apple EarPods. I like these pair of earbuds if they're easy just to throw in your ears. I'm not a big fan of the kind of earbuds that plug up your ear. I like to be able to hear what's going around me. So I always have a pair of these on my side of the bed, and I listen to YouTube videos and music and things, and when I'm in bed all the time with these earbuds. I like them a lot. Okay, for $30, I think they're a good buy. The thing about it is that these are almost identical to these, except they're missing the wire, obviously. And for some reason, these feel like they're gonna fall out of your ear. Like right now, the way they're sitting on the edge of my ear, I feel like they're gonna fall out. Like they don't feel like they're 100% like in my ear and not going to pop out of there. These don't feel that way whenever they're in my ear. I feel like these aren't going to come out at all. And here's the interesting part, guys. Now, full disclosure, I did not get to test these out while doing kind of working out or getting sweaty. So when it comes to sweat, I'm pretty sure they're going to fall out of your ears, especially if you're going to be doing exercises like where you'll be tilting your head forward and back and doing sit-ups and doing burpees and things like that, where your head will be going around. I'm pretty sure they would fall out pretty easily. So that's something that I don't know if these would be really good for working out. But for just walking around or sitting on a bus or on a plane or normal type of use that's not active, I don't think they're going to fall out of your ear. And I'm going to give you guys a live demonstration. I got both of them in my ear right now. Okay, now as long as I don't tilt my head too far over or back or anything, they're not going to fall out. And I can twist my head back. I can go like this. Ouch. I can go crazy with them, and they don't fall out. So even though they feel like they're going to pop out of my ears, they never do. Like I said, if I was getting sweaty, a little bit of sweat was around there, I'm pretty sure they'd pop out. But I'm jerking my head around pretty harshly, and you can see that they're not going anywhere. They're not coming out of my ears. So that was something I was kind of surprised about when I really started testing to see, because like I said, they feel like they are going to, even right now, they feel like they're about to fall out of my ear. Okay, that's the really weird thing about it. They feel like they're going to fall out, but I'm obviously showing you that they're not going anywhere. So when it comes to active use, like I said, I don't think they're going to hold up, because like if I was to tilt my head forward and back really harshly, that's when I can start to feel like they're about to pop out, because you're tilting your head and they're about to unhook themselves. So if you're doing sit-ups, like I said, if you're doing exercises where you're going from this position to this position to this position, or moving like that type of stuff, like playing basketball or moving your head around a lot, I think they're going to pop out. I definitely don't think they're going to stay in your ears. But if you're just lounging around, walking around, normal type of regular daily use, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think they're going to fall out. So when it comes to that, when it comes to that part of it, they do a really good job. Now, comfort and fit. Like I said, I feel more comfortable wearing the earpods than I wear these, because they always feel like they're about to pop out of your ear. So that's something, maybe over time I would get used to that and it wouldn't be a big deal. But for me personally, I think that's a pretty good thing, that the fact that they feel like they're gonna fall out, but they don't actually fall out. So it's probably just me more needing to get used to having them in my ear, because like I said, I'm used to those with the wire, having the wire against my face with the earpods. But the AirPods, I'm still trying to get used to them not having something there attached to them. So for that part of it, I think they get an A when it comes to comfort and fit, because like I showed you, they're not coming out of my ears. So overall, guys, the Apple AirPods seem pretty good. They have a really good build quality. The comfort and fit's pretty nice. They're not going to fall out of your ear with regular use. They retail for $160, which isn't too bad for a pair of earbuds that are completely wireless. And they also offer 5-hour battery life and 24-hour battery life if you talk about what's included in the pouch. So if you put them in here, they sit in here for 15 minutes, you'll give yourself 3 extra hours of battery life for the earbuds. So that's pretty good, okay? And when it comes to wireless earpods, they're always kind of hit and miss when it comes to battery life. But the fact that it includes a little pouch here, the carrying case that charges them up a little extra, that's pretty nice, okay? So all those things are really good. But when it comes down to the most important quality of any earbuds, in my opinion, that's sound quality. So how does this pair of earbuds sound? They sound okay. They sound pretty good. I will say the one thing that's probably a little bit lacking, which is kind of come to expect with these types of earbuds, especially that are not enclosed and that go inside your ear, is the bass. The bass is not super thumping, super heavy. So if you really are into a lot of bass heavy type of music, hip hop, electronic, techno, all those different types of music that has a lot of dubstep and a lot of bass to it, you may not like this pair of earbuds. But when it comes to a full gamut of music, like jazz, rock, classical, Latin music, like all those different other types of music, I was fine with the bass. I don't need to have a lot of bass in my music. Even when I listen to hip hop, it sounded fine to me. But I know there are some people out there that are really big, that really want their thumping hardcore bass, and those people are not going to probably be liking the bass that these produce. But when it comes to the sound quality, I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty fine. These ones utilize the new W1 chip, which is something that Apple just came out with, and that makes it super easy and seamless to sync up with your phone. As a matter of fact, you just open them up next to your iPhone and it pops up on the screen of the iPhone asking if you want to connect. There has never been an easier way at all ever to connect to your iPhone when it comes to music. Now you can use these with Android, and I will have a separate video demonstrating how you sync these up with Android if you are an Android user. So these aren't just made for Apple devices, these are made for Android as well. So the thing about the fact that they're so seamless and easy to sync up to, like your iPhone, your Apple Watch, your iPad, your iMac, that's really nice, because once you sync it up to one of those devices, as long as those other devices are using your iCloud account, it'll be accessible to those as well. So you can switch between, like at work, it's very nice to go switch from my phone to answer a phone call, to switch to my iMac to listen to my music. If I go out and go work out, I can switch to my Apple Watch really quickly, seamlessly. It's very nice, okay? So those are different things that the W1 chip has been enhancing and makes the experience a little better. They also say improve sound quality. And Apple's very vague on what that really is. And I don't know if the W1 chip has really done a big bump of improvement when it comes to sound quality. But the one thing I will say is I actually enjoy using the earpods. Okay, I think the earpods sound pretty decent. For $30 pair of earbuds, I like the earpods. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like them. I kind of like them. I would say that the AirPods are just a couple steps above the earpods. A little bit. Not by much, a little bit. So when that being the case, if you hate earpods, you might not like the AirPods. You might not. I don't know. When it comes to sound, it's very subjective, and everyone has a different preference on what they want in their sound quality. But I will say, for those of you that really like hardcore bass, these are not going to produce hardcore bass for you. So that's something to keep in mind. If you listen to a general range of lots of different types of music, I think this will be fine. And these will be kind of nice, lightweight. And the other thing I want to mention too when it comes to sound quality is the microphones. From what I understand from talking to people that I have been speaking to through these, they said the sound quality sounds exactly the same as an iPhone, which is not usually the case when you use earbuds. Usually earbuds or Bluetooth devices, they don't sound very good at all. They usually focus more on the sound quality of the music than they do the audio quality of the microphone. And these, from what they've been telling me, sound very, very good. So if that's something that's very big important to you, that's something to think about too as well. So the only thing I would really like to see have been improved on this is more touch controls. The only thing that you can do with these earbuds is you double tap to talk to Siri or double tap to answer a phone call. That's all. You can't control your music. You have to get out your phone if you're on a jog, or if you have to mess with your phone to control playback and stuff like that. I think Apple could have definitely done something with, like, maybe this one would control audio and this one could control volume levels and skipping tracks and things like that. I'm sure they could have figured out a way to do that, but with this iteration of them, that is not the case, and so I think that's something they need to improve on. But besides that, guys, those are my full thoughts on the Apple AirPods. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything I may have forgotten or missed, please post your comments in the comment section below. I read every comment in all my videos, and I always answer back as quick as possible. I just want to give another quick shout out to our sponsor, SrJaZk. If you guys are looking to get cash for your used iPhones, it's very simple, fast, and secure. You just go to their site, you get a quote, you ship your phone, and you get paid. It's that simple. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please show some love to the like button down below and share this video with your friends. If you want to stay up to date with all of my video reviews on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video review.